Can you believe one guy carved over 6,000 stone steps for his wife? Welcome to the celestial ladder of love in Chongqing's Jiangjin district. Today, we're hiking this amazing trail with a love story behind it. Grab your hiking boots, hit subscribe, and let's go! This trail is all about love. In the 1950s, Liu Guojiang fell for Chaoqing, a widow with 4 kids, 10 years older than him. Back then, their relationship was frowned upon, and they faced a lot of gossip. So they left it all behind and moved to Osmo Mountain to start a new life together, raising 7 kids in peace. True love, right? Their home was hard to reach, with only a rough path used by animals and hunters. It was dangerous, and Xu fell a few times. Liu wasn't okay with that, so he spent over 50 years carving 6,208 stone steps by hand, breaking 20 hammers and 40 steel rods. That's the celestial ladder of love, the trail we're hiking today. So here's the plan. We'll climb Liu's 6,208 steps to their old home, then come down a safer trail built by the local government. It's a 2.2 kilometer loop, which takes about 2 to 3 hours to complete, and it's tough and steep with lots of elevation gain. Only try it if you're an experienced hiker. And for more details, check my guide at welcomecq.cn, and I'll put the link in the description below. So let's hit the trail. Driving is the easiest way to get here. There's paid parking on the street. Bring some cash for the fee, and they'll collect it when you leave. And this is the entrance. We're here just before the Chinese Valentine's Day, so they are decorating with love-themed signs and paint. The lady over there handles parking fees on your way out. The main suspension bridge is being fixed, so we're taking a side route today. Now we just passed the tourist center. This hiking trail is completely free, other than you have to pay for parking. So far, it has been a really nice, flat and paved road, easy to walk on. I don't know how long this part lasts before we get into some serious business. The ones that was handmade by Liu. So the radio you hear now basically says, "Welcome to the scenic area." Grazing, hunting, logging, and smoking are prohibited in this area, which is a typical requirement in a lot of forest parks here in Chongqing. Look at here. It's nice and paved. Decent walk. No complaints so far. So the trail winds through the Sichuan mountain forest, which is maintained very well, and lots of insects here as well. So make sure you bring your bug repellent, otherwise you're gonna get a lot of mosquito bites. So when Liu and Xu married, Liu was only 19 years old and Xu was 29. It's just hard to believe at such a young age, Liu was able to make such a definitive decision to come to such a wild place and live for the rest of their life here in the Sichuan Mountain. So the trail was carved directly into the mountain stone. Some sections hang over cliffs, some nearly vertical, which has steps up to 40 centimeters high. They say this trail will bump your nose going up and your butt coming down. So we're gonna see that very soon. Now we have officially arrived at the starting point of the celestial ladder of love. So this rock here marks the first step, and we still have some 6,000 steps to go. Now I'm kind of excited to see what will come up and also nervous at the same time because I'm not a serious hiker and I hope I can make my way to their former resident. I also brought my drone today. Many parks in Chongqing do not allow you to fly a drone, but hopefully this one would be fine because it is free and I don't think there will be a lot of park staff around. So hopefully I can fly my drone and get you guys some nice shots when we hit the top of the mountain. So now we have some serious incline, and I don't know if you guys can feel it from the video, but we are seriously climbing up the mountain now. Okay, so now we're ready for another series of climbing. Those are literally just rocks. And if you have been to other parks in Chongqing, you know this would be very original. And I heard the trail coming down would be easier as it is newly built by the local government, not as steep as this one. So if you guys are really, struggling to climb the ladder, maybe consider going the alternative road through where people come down. So that I assume that one would be way nicer than this one. And make sure that you hike very carefully along this trail. The stones have moss and sand on them, and some can be quite slippery. So I would avoid coming here after rain and stick to marked paths and wear a sturdy non-slip hiking shoes. Don't wear a sandal or flat shoes, guys. You won't want to slip here. It's going to hurt you terribly. Please bear with me here as I was breathing heavily because those steps are quite high and I had to pull up my I had to pull me up by grabbing onto those chains and I have to hold onto my camera because I don't want to lose my camera or drop it. Welcoming another chunk of serious hiking. Let's conquer them. Imagine how challenging it is to climb those steps today. Then consider how Liu Guojiang carved this path from solid rock, step by step. It's a monumental feat of engineering. With every stride, you can truly feel the power of his love. I see this in a lot of different places, but I don't know why. People place branches in the crevices between the stones as if it's using them to support the rocks. Is this supposed to represent something? Guys, if you know why people are doing that, please let me know. We made it, guys. We have finally arrived at the former house of Liu and Xu, which was built by them when they lived here. It was definitely a challenging hike up here, but not too bad. There were some sections that definitely requires gripping the chain and use your muscle to pull you up, but overall it wasn't impossible to do. The view up on the mountain is truly amazing. So today, Liu and Xu's youngest son maintains this place. They still live here, and they run a small shop that sells water, snacks, and giving people a place to rest. The price will be slightly higher, as they sell water for 5 yuan, because they had to bring all stuff through the same hiking trail we just came through. For that effort, I would even be willing to pay them a little bit more. They inherited the lifestyle of their parents. They were born here at this residence, and they took over the ownership from their parents and continue living in their heritage. We don't see that type of story anymore, do we? It's like living in their utopia, but now obviously they're gonna welcome more guests to their little world, and also a lot of curiosity. I was able to fly my drone, so I'll bring up some nice drone footages. There's a path that you can walk up to see the first place of their parents settled when they moved up here. It's a simple overhang, not quite a cave. This is where their parents stayed at the beginning. Earlier I was reading their story, and their life was pretty harsh in the early years, as you would have thought already. It's a very hilly place and a forest with no arable land. Their family went hungry, and their main source of food was just wild greens, banana roots, and ferns, and they just seasoned them with salt. But later, they were able to grow sweet potatoes, corns, pumpkins, cucumbers, eggplants. Just how incredible it is to build a life out of nothing in pure wilderness. I talked to their son for a little bit, as many tourists would do here. They are not living on any subsidy or support from the government. They are also not allowed to run a for-profit business here. For that reason, if you are able, grab some snacks, grab a bottle of water, just to support their life. As the sun sets over the ladder of love, the 6,208 steps carved by Liu Guojiang for his beloved Chaoqing stand as the testament of love's enduring power. This trail in Chongqing's Simian Mountain isn't just a hike. It's a journey into a real-life peach blossom spring, where devotion shaped a mountain.